to the bonus content from IFCA Weekly, called IFCA Bonus Points. In this show, I will present the full interviews from both Sir Kane 2 and Elamar Kamikaze, as featured in Episode 4. So I'm talking with Sir Kane 2 about the week's races so far. So let's talk about Sunday's race in the World Cup, which was won by Sir Kane after Elamar Kamikaze went off the track multiple times in the final lap. So how did the first few laps of that World Cup race go for you?
Well, the very first lap after we got the green flag, in the first corner, Dale cut in a little hard, and I had to brake hard, and I tapped him, and he went off the track. I asked him if I should wait. He said, no, go, so I did. Then I just started slowly working my way up through the pack.
Okay, so now we're at the final lap. So what happened from your point of view?
Final lap, Kamikaze had been a good deal ahead of me the whole race, and I thought for sure that he would take the win, but I can't remember the exact corners, but he went off twice that I recall that last lap, and I was able to finally get around him, coming around the long sweeper on the back end of the track. Just held on to the win.
Cool. So based off of Sunday's performance, some IFCA veterans have said that you have returned to the Sir Kane of old. What do you think about that idea?
Well, I think I just had a really good car on Sunday. I love the Ferraris, especially the P4, and I just feel really comfortable in that car. I'm going to have to switch up next week, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that'll be tough, won't it?
Yeah.
So let's now talk about the Monday night Bone Stock Series race. It wasn't your best effort, and you finished 6th, losing valuable ratings points. I know that car of yours was a pain to handle. You were all over the place in the first few laps. How hard was it to keep me behind you?
I have to admit that even after all my years of racing, when I got someone right on my tail like that, I get nervous and distracted. I don't know. I hadn't practiced hardly at all on that track with that car either, so I've just used too many little mistakes to put me back in the pack.
So what's your strategy in getting enough points for the championship?
I think if I just stick with it and finish all 4 races in every event, I should be sitting okay, because that gives you 100 extra points per series. And I'm definitely going to practice more for the last race at the Glory Days, Bone Stock at Road America.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks and good luck to you, Sir Kane.
Hey, thanks, Abe.
So I'm talking with Elamar Kamikaze, who drove a great race in the World Cup, only to lose it on the final lap. The first thing I noticed when I looked at the replay is that your car was painted with Super Mario Brothers from Nintendo. What inspired you to paint your car that way?
Well, I'm not a very good painter, so I actually kind of just looked around for something funny on somebody's storefront. And I come across Super Mario Brothers, and I remember as a little kid playing it, so it fit it.
That's cool. Now to the actual race. How was the race going for you before the final few laps?
It was good. We got to a point of where we would spread out a little bit, and then I don't know if I was running slower or if Sir Kane and Don were battling or whatever. But there's a point, probably about 2 points actually, that would kind of bring the field all back together, and then we'd spread out again.
So now tell me about the notorious final lap.
I was just trying to be smooth and hit my lines, and I think I kind of just pushed it a little bit too hard going that left-hander before the big carousel, and I slid out, and Kane was a little bit closer than what I thought, So when I come back, he was by me, but I had the better line going towards the carousel and actually got back around him on the bottom, but pushed out too hard coming back out and run off again. So it was my fault. Not really much you can do about it.
Okay, so how did you feel after the race was over?
I honestly felt like that I lost it myself, and I was actually kind of bummed out about it a little bit.
Uh-huh.
But, I mean, all props to Kane. He stayed tough the whole time. He would always catch back up. And him and Don would stay just about 300, 400 feet behind me the whole race. So I was under a lot of pressure the whole time.
Okay. So do you intend to compete for the championship? And if so, what is your strategy?
Yeah, I'm going to keep running and hopefully still be in the top 16. And really my strategy is just to keep setting up my cars and try to stay usually about 2 seconds faster than what they say the time should be, because everybody seems to get about 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds faster after spending some time on the track. So just keep doing what I've been doing and kind of not buckle under the pressure again.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Kamikaze, for your time.
You're welcome, man, anytime.
Well, I hope you enjoyed those interviews from last week. Thanks especially to Sir King 2 and LMR Kamikaze. That's it for this week's bonus content. I'm Abe, and let's go racing.